Heavy hitter time, and if you had Peter Kadges as one of the heavy hitters that would pass out due to the heat, you win. Peter not joining us today, so I got Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates here. Cosmo, you're a Belmont guy. How'd you vote in the 2.5 override last night?
I missed the vote.
The richest town in Massachusetts with the worst roads in Massachusetts, and the override to fix the roads goes down. I'll be staying out of Belmont for a
I got to say, if I
years.
still lived in Belmont, I would have voted for that thing. Because if you know any roads in Massachusetts, you know Belmont. Unfortunately, nice town, they got the worst.
They are the worst.
I'll take the Linway after the spring thaw any day over Belmont Street.
Well, I hope you like them, Belmont, because you're going to get them for a few more years. Of course, there'll be another override attempt next year. Let's talk about happier thoughts here locally, Cosmo. That would be the Boston Celtics. Up 2-0, took care of business at home. Are you very comfortable right now, or are you, okay, we did what we need to do, let's win one in a row?
Yeah. No, I am pretty comfortable. I mean, this is the catbird seat. They've got the safety net. They win those 2 at home. You got the 3 in Los Angeles. But really, you've got the safety net. You go out there, you steal one of those games, and if I'm Doc Rivers or if I'm thinking about what's the strategy, go in there, maybe try and grab that first one, and then you win that one game, I feel real good coming back because, you're coming back to Boston. You're up at least 3-2. You're in a good spot. I feel really good about this.
Are you at all surprised about what's happening? I mean, the Lakers took out the Spurs, which seemed to be a very tough team. Took them out fairly easily. Celtics have had problems with the Hawks. Celtics have had problems with the Cavaliers, and yet they have dominated the Lakers.
The Celtics have got better as the playoffs have gone on. I mean, they really have. And that's something good that you want to see. You want a team doing better, more guys contributing, and really Paul Pierce, the guy's just playing completely out of his mind. It's unbelievable. He is really genuine team leader here. I feel really good about this, and I like how the Celtics have gotten better.
Sweep?
I don't know about a sweep. If they steal one of these games, that's all we need.
Even if they don't, they come back down 3-2.
That's right.
How do you feel then?
You know what? I said Celtics in 7, so they've got Celtics in 7 there. Even if they don't take any of these games, you get that sort of safety net of coming back to Boston. I'd like to see him steal one of these games.
Just a yes/no exit question. In the top 5 list of Cosmo Macero's biggest jerks in professional sports, Phil Jackson in your top 5?
Yeah, he is.
That's what I like to hear. Let's move on. Let's talk politics.
Very ungracious.
And whiny. A lot of whiny.
Yeah.
Let's talk politics, but in a different way. A lot of bicycle politics going on right now, Cosmo. Have you seen the Barack Obama picture? And as we show it to you at home, what's your initial thought there, Cosmo?
Well, he looks more natural on the bike than he did throwing that bowling ball, so I'll give him that. He looks pretty natural. He looks good. He looks lean, like he's about to take off up a hill. So I think he looks okay. I can believe that he cycles regularly. I can believe that. So,
Kerry, of course, took the tumble on the bike. Bush took the tumble on the Segway. Every time these guys get on these things, something goes wrong. And in this case, Barack just looks like a monstrous nerd.
He does. At some point you can imagine he'll trip over something or wipe out. But, again, at least this went better than the bowling incident did.
Speaking of people on bikes, politicians on bikes, we now go to Mayor Menino, who himself sometimes doesn't look the coolest on a bicycle. We find out in today's Boston Globe, a month ago, he actually got hit by a woman in a car, knocked to the ground, skinned the knee, or hurt the ankle a little bit. Nothing too major. What's your gut reaction on this story?
I like that the mayor has taken on cycling as a hobby, as a form of exercise. It's a little bit counterintuitive. I would sort of expect more of the classic, out for the morning walk to think about the issues of the day, that kind of thing, kind of a Harry Truman-esque walk. But he goes to the bike. That's terrific. And if you're that motorist, boy, talk about getting your day off to a bad start, hitting the mayor on a bike. So, but apparently the mayor said, hey, you know what? Get on your way, get to work, don't worry about it.
Just some of the local color you see here on Beacon.
I gotta say, there's nothing scarier than
that might have been scarier.
There's nothing scarier than striking a cyclist with your motor vehicle, which actually I have done.
Take a look at that, and you tell me that's not scarier. Wow, we talk about dodging a bullet. We just dodged a bullet. I don't know if that guy's a plumber, but he looks like it from this side.
There they go. There they go.
Speaking of politicians on bikes, we've talked about John Kerry a little bit. Let's break him down a little bit more. Democratic convention over the weekend. Kerry possible getting a Democratic challenger. This lawyer from Gloucester wants to run against him. but you figure Kerry's going to go to the convention, get the party together, say, I don't need the headache. Oh, no. The guy gets 23%, much more than the 15% he needs. Kerry now has a primary challenger for the first time since he first won the office.
A lot of weird stuff happens at those state conventions. I used to really enjoy covering them because it was politics sort of at the grassroots level and kind of a real throwback to the deal-making and stuff that used to happen years ago. I think in this case, you've got a well-funded and well-organized opponent. And for Kerry,
Ed O'Reilly's his name.
Ed O'Reilly, the big drawback here is he wants to spend the campaign season campaigning for Obama and spending time out there on the trail doing that. This is going to be a distraction for him. He's got to take care of business, and this is going to take away from that.
Quickly, let's get you weighing in on the big topic of the day for guys like us. Front page of the New York Post, I would argue one of the better front pages you're going to see in quite some time now. But this is the story, of course, of the killer tomatoes, Cosmo. How's this hitting you? And by the way, someone in the Post says they can no longer eat burgers if they can't have their tomato slice on top of it. Are you a tomato slice on your burger kind of guy, and is this worrying you?
A burger or a BLT? Not so much the burger, but I love a good BLT. Love a tomato. Like them cooked, like them raw, like them chopped up. It's a problem because I'm not eating. The last time I ate a tomato was the day before this happened. I'm not taking any chances.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say people at home not surprised that you like a good BLT, Cosmo.
Heavy on the lettuce and tomato. A couple of slices of bacon.
Just a little mayo on the top.
Half a pound or so. Yeah.
Half a pound of bacon. That's my man, Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates. Swing around Belmont on the way home. Go through Watertown. Avoid the roads.